Believe it or not, I used to be a DJ. I know, hard to believe. I remember, spending nights at the clubs, spinning my records, getting into DJ battles with other people. Oh my gosh, those nights were some of the best nights of my life. Except I didn't do that. I just DJ'd weddings and like junior high dances. So, you know. The reason I talk about this is because today we're talking about a DJ board game, DJ Icon from Koalitie Games. It's a game about, well, being a DJ. Take a look at this board. Just like any good DJ, you've got a series of genres here around the board. You can play some pop. You can maybe mix it with some oldies. Maybe you get a little bit of hip hop and some reggae in there. And of course, you've also got your vinyl record here that you're gonna be scratching back and forth to make some fantastic remixes. You got your volume knob here, or your fader, whatever you pretend it is. Classic DJ equipment. DJ Icon is a set collection game in a similar vein to Sushi Go or Azul or any other set collection game you may enjoy. In DJ Icon, you'll play as one of 8 DJs. Maybe you'll choose Dead Fox or Dead Cat. Or maybe you'll play as one of the people from the iTunes commercials of the 2000s. In DJ Icon, there's 3 phases: the showcase, the battle, and the after party. In the first phase, the showcase phase, you'll be taking your DJ token and your deck of genre cards, and you will be doing an action selection turn where you select one genre in which to place your token on. For example, I could grab my R&B card, play that face down. We reveal simultaneously, I chose R&B. Let's say my neighbor chose pop. We put our tokens there, and then you take the innermost token on your space. These tokens earn you points in various ways, depending on which of these scoring tiles you choose to incorporate. For our example here, we've set up the Battle Master, which lets you score 1 point per hexagon, or you can expend 3 of your hexagons to draw 1 battle card. We'll talk about battle cards in a sec. So like Sushi Go, there's a lot of different ways you can score points and different strategies you can go for when you collect these tokens. Now the second phase, the battle phase, is where things get really interesting. In the battle phase, you're going head to head with your fellow DJs, seeing who can do the best remixes, who can bring the house down at the club, or in my case, the junior high dance. At the start of the battle phase, you will draw 3 battle cards. You must discard 1, and then you'll be left with 2. This timer here represents the mic. During the battle phase, you're going to be passing this mic around in real time. There are no turns in the battle phase. When you have the mic, you can play one of your battle cards. These battle cards let you do various things. Some let you spin the record and then take the innermost token. Some let you move your opponents and either force them to take the innermost token or let you take your innermost token. Some will let you move yourself and take the innermost token, and others will let you move an innermost token and then take your innermost token. So there's a lot of different strategies you can take in the battle phase. After you take your turn in the battle phase, though, this is where things get interesting. You drop your mic, and at that point, any other player can reach for the mic and grab it, and it becomes their turn to then play a battle card and change the board. Once the battle phase is over, you do what is called the after party. And so the battle phase happens. The after party, you get every token remaining on your space, which sometimes can be good or sometimes can be bad if you have something like the leave them wanting more tile. For example, in this tile, you get 5 points if you have 5 of the squares, and you get 15 points if you have 6 of the squares, but then if you have 8 or 9, you're losing points. You have 8 and 3. So you want just the right amount of these, but not too many. You'll use the volume knob to keep track of the rounds. Once the rounds are over, the person with the most points will win the game. And like I said before, tokens score differently depending on which tiles you choose for each shape. Some of these are more aggressive. For example, negative publicity here. If you have 7 or 8 hearts with the negative publicity token, you lose 10 points. However, if you're able to get 12 or more hearts, you get 25 points. So there's some cool tokens like that that make it a little more competitive. But that is essentially DJ Icon, where you get to prove if you're the best DJ. As far as theme goes, I love this theme. I've yet to see a board game that is themed around being a DJ, and I love that. It's very near and dear to my heart, you know, takes me back to the good old days. Playing at the like barnyard weddings and the junior high dances. I yearn for the days of rural life. The simplicity, no hustle and bustle. I lived off the land, hunting deer to survive, harvesting blackberries. Okay, sorry, let me take it from the top. I loved working as a DJ. I had a grand old time. And this game perfectly encapsulates what it's like to be like a club DJ in game form. It's abstracted perfectly, and I adore the theme.
To be entirely honest, I'm just not that into DJs or the world of DJing or any of the aesthetics surrounding that, so the overarching theme doesn't appeal to me specifically. I think the gameplay is solid enough, and you have a fun enough time playing that it really just, you know, it overcomes the theme to me, and in my opinion.
As far as presentation goes, DJ Icon is stunning. The art in this, I feel, matches the DJ aesthetic perfectly. And when you have it sitting out on the table with an actual vinyl record on it, it just looks enticing. It draws you in. And I mean, who doesn't want to have a spinning record on their table? Like, that is so fun. I love the design. As far as component quality goes, the pawn pieces are good. Tokens, fine. They're cardboard tokens. Cards have rounded edges. That's always a big plus. The real big piece is the vinyl record part, which actually, the one you saw in the shots is an actual vinyl record that a DJ Icon sticker was put on, and those stickers will come with the Kickstarter if you back it. But the piece, the mechanism that holds in the record is solid. And then the actual record that it comes with, if you don't use the sticker to put on an actual vinyl, is nice. It's like a vinyl, like card playing mat material like you get from Magic the Gathering or any other card game you might play. And it's good quality. As far as the components go, these are great.
So the components, I think really the only thing that I have an issue with would be the battle cards. My issue when it comes to the battle cards is just all of like the iconography that kind of tells you what to do. It's not really very intuitive, so you really have to play several games in order to get to a comfort level where you can look at a card and instantly know what it does. I mean, at the bottom it has all the text, it tells you what it does, but the issue is when you're playing a real-time game and you have, you know, 3 to 6 cards in your hand, you really need to look at a card and know in like 1 second what the thing does, so that you can grab the mic, do the action, and screw over your friend. Otherwise, you're just stuck there reading these cards while all of your friends are taking all the nice tiles, and you're like,
As far as gameplay goes, I love the gameplay of this game. It reminds me of Sushi Go, but a little more, like a step up. There's a little more going on, a little more strategy when it comes to how you want to move and manipulate the board. You also have the mechanism where you're simultaneously picking where you want to put your piece, similar to like Mission Red Planet or like Citadels or Libertalia. You have that like mechanism, and it all comes together so well. Honestly, too, one thing I was concerned about going into this game is real-time aspects. Real-time aspects are very hit or miss in games for me. For some reason, I don't know why, the real time in this game works really well for me and feels like it matches the theme of like, hey, we're going back and forth in a DJ battle. Whoever can grab the mic, they just go for it. They go straight into it, and it makes a nice like unpredictability about where the record's going to turn, and then you have to spot quickly which way you want to turn the record to get those tokens you need. Few things I will say as far as design and gameplay goes. This game works best with 4 players. You should not play with less than 3, and you should not play with more than 5, in my opinion. Once you get past 5, it gets too chaotic during the battle phase. Less than 3, the problem is you have so many options out on the board that it doesn't feel like there's really a contest for any of the pieces. They're kind of all just there, and you can essentially get almost all of them. 4 is the sweet spot, though, and that's how many you want to play with. It can play up to 8. I don't recommend playing with more than 5.
I think this game is so much fun to play. It's really cool because it has like a really awesome mix of a ton of strategy as far as like which tokens you're taking, trying to line them up with the little tiles on the side that say how things are scored. I think my favorite part in this board game is the real-time aspect. Just the excitement of having to make very strategic decisions on the spot while all of your friends are at the exact same time with the same tiles as you, same board, trying to take tiles, and it affects like what you can take, and the whole thing just moving around, and like it's chaos, but you have to strategize in the midst of that chaos, and that is just such a fun thing in a board game that you don't usually get to experience. So one thing I would say about the gameplay is you can kind of pick and choose which scoring tiles you want along the side of your board, and personally for me, I think a lot of the fun of the game is lost if you don't have any like mean scoring tiles where you can give somebody a tile that takes away some of their points, or maybe they get a certain number of points if they reach like 10 of a certain tile, but if they get 11, then they get negative points. I think tiles like those where you can mess with your friends really adds to the game and adds to the depth of decision making. And the game kind of feels, in my opinion, a little bit incomplete if it doesn't have one of those tiles.
So one thing I want to mention, this is a review copy from Koalitie Games, and we want to thank them for giving us this review copy. But one thing to keep in mind, since it is an early copy, this may not be the final design for this game. It may look different when it does eventually launch on Kickstarter. So look for it on Kickstarter. You can follow Koalitie Games on Facebook, and there will be a link to their website where you can sign up for an email list. And if you sign up for that email list and then back the Kickstarter, you'll get an extra promo card when you back it. It is going to go on to Kickstarter most likely for $59.99. There is a deluxe edition, which we mentioned before. It's going to have, instead of these cardboard tokens, it's going to have acrylic tokens, which are really nice. We got to play with them at WonderCon. They're super nice, super good looking. And these are great, but those are even better. One thing, too, that you'll notice, this here is an actual vinyl record, and we've mentioned that before. Underneath is what will come with the game. This is like a play mat, and you'll use that as the record instead. But if you back the Kickstarter, you will get this sticker here, this DJ icon sticker, so that you can go to like a thrift shop, get a cheap $1, $2 record, slap it on there, and then now you have an actual vinyl record to play with. And that comes with the deluxe and the regular, that sticker. However, the deluxe edition will also come with a few more stickers. And everything in the Kickstarter is not going to be exclusive to the Kickstarter. They will be selling the like bonus stuff from the Kickstarter separately after the Kickstarter, but it just may have a price increase. And once they're sold out, right? So go check this out. It is coming to Kickstarter soon. There's also going to be a mini expansion in the Kickstarter, and they'll just have some extra stuff, whether it's scoring tokens or extra cards. We'll find out at the Kickstarter, but that will be available as well. If you like how this game sounds, I highly recommend backing it. Personally, I love this game, and we'll talk a little bit more about my full thoughts right now. That was stupid. Right now.
Any final thoughts, Joey, on DJ Icon?
I adore this game. I love it. I'm going to back it on Kickstarter. It, to me, is Sushi Go, but with a little more going on, so it's a little more complex, a little more strategic. I love how the board changes and rotates. That is such a cool mechanic. And then you have to like account for that, and you have to be like, okay, should I grab the mic now and rotate it one, or should I hope that somebody else rotates it a little more so that I can maybe get a better token that I need more than I need the one I could get from moving one. And the theme, it's so unique. There's no, Maybe there is, but I have not seen a DJ board game
Yeah.
before. At least not a DJ hobby board game.
I'll say my final thoughts in a second, but you brought up something that was really interesting, which is I feel like I've never seen a board game where your decisions change the board so drastically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like every single card that you play completely shifts the board around, and like every other person at the table, all of their decisions are completely altered to where they have to like rethink on the spot what they want to do, you know? Which is really cool. You never see that in the game, you know?
Yeah, it's great. It's kind of, the rotating board reminds me of Honor Majesty's Service.
Okay.
Which was like a puzzle game, but this one does it in real time, so you're having to think.
Yeah.
Like, oh shoot, okay, now that it's moved, when do I go? Do I take the lesser token and go now in the battle phase, or do I wait and hope someone else grabs them?
It adds a lot of tension. So my final thoughts of this game, I really like it. I think the gameplay is so good that it overcomes my, the fact that the theme isn't necessarily for me. And I think a lot of people are going to really like it. Who would you recommend this game to, and is there anybody you would not recommend it to?
I would recommend this to anyone who likes Sushi Go and is looking for a little bit more. If you like set collection games, get this game. This game's solid.
I think everybody should try it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, that, like, if you're like me, just don't judge the book by its cover. Like, play it. The gameplay is awesome. I think you're really going to like it.
What would you give it out of 10?
Probably about like a 7.5.
I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, I'll be backing it. I'll be backing the deluxe version because that one, it has a bigger box. It can hold your record in it. The standard won't be able to fit an actual vinyl record, but deluxe, hey, it'll fit right in there. You can just store the record in there. I will happily add it to my collection. If you are interested in this game, check out the Kickstarter. Check out Koalitie Games on Facebook, on their website, and sign up for the email list.
Yeah. Put all the links in the description below.
Yeah.
And thank you to Koalitie Games for letting us review this. It was a lot of fun, and I really hope this does well for you guys because it's a really great game.
Yeah. Make sure you back the Kickstarter. Follow it.
Yeah.
Back it, please. I want this game to happen. Please.